very against this rule because for them life hasn't improved and they haven't had the support, but also the local tradition there did not support this giving the fish time to spawn. It wasn't such an idea there. And another issue I think with a lot of local traditions is that the world has changed so much. So for example, a lot of cultures in Southeast Asia, they used to eat turtles, turtle eggs, turtle meat, supposed to be apparently very nutritious and very tasty. But of course, nowadays, there are no more turtles in so many areas. And so the local tradition has to change. But I mean, if you are, for a lot of people, just talking about background, these people alive today, they've grown up, you know, especially older people, maybe in their 60s, 70s, they were eating turtle their whole life and it was fine. You know, maybe 60 years ago, there were a lot more turtles, correct? So maybe they don't understand, sort of, they might not be aware of how much the situation has changed. So in that sense, you do get a lot of resistance in terms of change because people, they think, you know, I was doing it, it was fine fine when I was a child, why is it not fine now? It's not their fault, it's, you know, the amount of pollution in the world, the amount of overfishing has reduced the number of turtles. But this also applies to fish. You know, a lot of these communities may not have had to have fishing breaks, but now with overfishing, you know, there's just so many more people. So that is why education awareness is so important. At PEMSI, we work with local communities. You know, we don't do a project unless we have support. So we don't really run into resistance because, you know, we don't start the project unless we already have the agreement. So the key step is getting that early agreement. On the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, that affected trade in that it stopped, like, you know, I think 30% of trade for quite a few months, just because economies around the world shut down. Going forward, there's an issue in that it's taken away priority. So a lot of governments are focused on trying to recover economically. And the concern is that, of course, this will not be done in a sustainable way. So you try and boost the economy for the next 2 years, you might harm it for the next 10 years. So, but it's also an opportunity, as Kaiser mentioned, to reset and make sure that when we build back the economy, it's meant to be done in a sustainable manner. The pandemic is also a good example of the harm of biological destruction, because we think it occurred from a wildlife market, you know, where all this illegal hunting is going on. So it's a good example of why it's important to manage the environment, because if you continue to bring more destruction, it's likely this will be exposed again. On the third question on chemicals, how does this affect the blue economy? Well, obviously, I mentioned pollution. As for the Chitaram River especially is a good example. Plastic pollution isn't the only issue. They have chemical pollution. You know, you hear stories about people in the Chitaram River, they bathe and then they feel ill. And, you know, it's hard to figure out the exact cause, but, you know, a lot of people expect it's chemicals from factories. So this it affects the people living on the river. It also affects aquaculture. Obviously, you can't raise fish if the river is chemically polluted. But of course, part of the blue economy is balancing. So presumably there's that chemical pollution because something is being made. So the question then is, what is that thing that is being made? Is there a different way to make it? So can you replace the chemical? If you cannot, is there a way to better manage the waste? So that is an area you say, how can this work without money? Well, you can't expect a company to develop a whole waste system on their own, correct? Like you can't expect each individual person to deal with their rubbish all the way from their house to the landfill. We have waste systems, you know, we have bins or collectors, and then the person responsible on the individual, they're meant to maybe sort their own waste in their house and then put out, but they're not meant to take it. That's where a different company or the government or a combination deals with the transport. They collect the waste from the house, they move it to a center, then maybe another company recycles it, and another company handles the landfill. So it's not, to say, how does it work without money? It's not, cannot be the responsibility of one company or one organization's money. There are lots of stakeholders, and if it's developed collaboratively, the individual burden on each company's cost is much lower. So it's part of building up that system that helps manage the waste for everyone.
Thank you, Thomas, for the answers. Okay, we are reaching at the end of our sessions right now. Maybe Kaisar, you can rely on the last questions. That what are the challenges when you approach the local and then coastal communities about this maritime knowledge? As we know, Maritim Muda Nusantara, you guys have 30 each branch in every province of Indonesia, now counting 33. So have you encountered some of the reluctant of the local communities towards the better knowledge?
Okay, thank you, Danes. At Maritime Youth of Indonesia or Maritim Muda Nusantara, we have the program Maritim Muda Mengajar or Maritime Youth Teaching. So this program will um, deliver the knowledge of sustainability of ocean resources and how to protect our ocean ecosystems from the pollution, from the plastic litter, and also to motivate the young people, the coastal societies to use their uh, coastal and ocean resources sustainably with the traditional way or with the technological uh, way. So, Maritim Muda Nusantara already in the 34 provinces of Indonesia. We collaborate with the universities, companies, governments, and also the businessmen in the local and provincial level. So we conduct the program to train the young people to be the blue economy planner or maritime planner. Uh, and we have also the program uh, Maritector, Maritime Technopreneurs Incubator. This is a collaborative program and not only organized by Maritim Muda, but also with the other stakeholders. This program, we incubate the potential um, innovator, young innovator to develop their uh, ideas, innovation, technologies to the feasible business. And we wish this um, um, program can accelerate the implementation of a blue economy 4.0 in marine and coastal societies in Indonesia in particular. Thank you, Danes.
Thank you, Kaisar. I would like to thank our. I would like to say my grateful for the two speakers for today. We are reaching our end of the sessions for today, and then maybe for the last sections for our sessions, we can take some screenshot and then we can take a photograph for us all together. Maybe all the participants, you can open up your video and then we can
Itu dong.
take the whole selfie group fee. Okay, I will I will ask everyone to start their video now, including the operator and also admin. Okay, we have a perfect frame for us right now. So we have 25 participants and then more on YouTube. We'll have the screenshots of everyone in here in the Zoom meeting. Okay, admin, are you with me? Can you help us to take some pictures? Everyone ready? Herianti, can you join us? Okay. Okay. Is everyone ready? Okay, I can count to 3. Can you give us your best smiles, everyone? Okay, in 3. 1, 2, and 3. One more time. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your participations. We will have 15-minute breaks. Thank you for the speakers, Thomas, Kaisar. Wish you the best luck of your career and all the endeavors. We will meet again at the third sessions and the last sessions of today in the 15 minutes. So everyone have a good lunch, and then I'm very glad to and very honored to be the moderator of these sessions. Wish you good luck, and then maybe we can reach all our blue economy in the national and regional level very soon. All right, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Danes, Mr. Kaisar, and Mr. Thomas. From blue economy and SDGs to maritime security, our next topic of discussion. But before that, we will be having a quick break for 15 minutes. Thank you, and join us again on the third public talks right after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and now entering our third public talks. From blue economy to SDGs to maritime security. Only on the first Youth International Forum on Spice Route has joined us another honorable speakers of the day. Please welcome Laksamana Pertama Bakamla Retiono Kunto, HSE, the Partnerships Director of Indonesian Maritime Security Agency, who will be speaking on behalf of Mr. Laksdia TNI Aan Kurnia as the head of Indonesian Maritime Security Agency, and His Excellency Dr. Desra Percaya, the Ambassador of Indonesia for United Kingdom. Will also be joining us for this last session, our moderator, a junior expert in maritime management from Indonesian Maritime Youth, Mr. Daneshwara Al-Amin.
Thank you for the introductions. Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am honored to be here. And then I would like to refresh our memories that we are in the opening of Youth-IFSR and seminar on the rebuilding interconnectivity towards the Spice Route as the World Heritage. We are at the public talk 3 about the maritime security. My name is Danes and I will be your moderator for today. I am honored to introduce our first speaker for today, Laksamana TNI Bapak Retiono Kunto, Direktur Kerjasama Bakamla RI. Bakamla is the shorten of the Badan Keamanan Laut. As we know, it's the Indonesian Coast Guard. So, Bapak Retiono Kunto mewakili Bapak Laksamana pertama, Bapak Laksamana kedua Pak Aan yang berhalangan hadir dalam hari ini. Oke. Bakamla RI has the visions of realizing the trusted and the professional maritime security and safety towards develop Indonesia that is sovereign and has the identity on the mutual corporations. So, Pak Retiono Kunto sudah siap? Izin Pak. Good afternoon. Okay, everyone, please welcome our first speaker for today. Pak, the stage is yours.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on this virtual meeting. I will represent the Chief of Bakamla, Vice Admiral Aan Kurnia. He asked me to represent him on this occasion, and my daily job as Director for Cooperation of Bakamla. And thank you very much for this opportunity, Pak Daneshwara, and all the participants. Maybe I will not, prepare the presentation, but I just give in general overview, Pak Daneshwara. Is it okay? Yeah.
It's okay, Pak.
So, today, maybe I located is not in Jakarta, so I'm in some of province in Indonesia because I'm also on. So regarding this issue, I have seen the term of reference, and my Bakamla as Indonesian Coast Guard is one of the institution who responsible to maintain stability and security at sea. Here also in the future, maybe during the peacetime, the Bakamla itself will be forward other than other institution at sea. So regarding the maritime security itself, that particularly in Indonesia as archipelagic state, this is let's say have many complexity, but I prefer to say is more challenge rather than complexity, because this is given by the God that Indonesian as an archipelagic state, we have almost 17,000 islands, and also we are surrounded by water. So uh, all the the international law and regime are implemented in Indonesia. We are only the countries which have right. We already have archipelagic sea line passage, only Indonesia, which is located on the third three area in Indonesia. In the western zone, we call archipelagic sea line 1, and then in the middle, in the center of Indonesia, we have archipelagic sea line 2, and then the third one is archipelagic sea line 3. So this is one of the, the route we provide for all seafarer who want to pass in Indonesian waters. So they call this is have right of archipelagic sea line. And other also related with the regime, at sea, we have like they call in-ocean passage and also transit passage with different implementation. So if we have look with this geographical of Indonesia, of course, let's say more challenge to secure particularly Indonesian waters. And we Bakamla initially, it was a coordination board in the 1972, but now is since 2005 established as a Bakamla by our president. Now is let's say the is something new in Indonesia. Is maybe we just 6 years have been dealing with this issue. If we have looked this waters, so we understand that these waters, Indonesian waters, is one of the way and very vital for our transportation, for our economic, because all cities, all province are linked with the sea route between cities and cities, and this is has been using since before the centuries. I know that this youth forum is they 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 known as road spices. Yeah, it was famous at that time because this route is very vital and very important to support the trade since centuries ago. But until now, it has been running like this. That the uh, the sea route is very important to support, to make sure the distribution of all good, particularly in the big dimension of the all the good which have to transfer from one place to another place. Sorry. Uh, uh, they are, in this area. So maybe before the century, have, the number of piracy, but nowadays, since the scene
Maybe we have a connection problem with Bakamla right now. Maybe ST, Mbak ST dari Bakamla bisa backup. Halo? Oke, mungkin kita lost connections. We are losing connections with
Hello.
Hello.
ya,
Hello.
halo ya.
Yeah, I'm Messi from Bakamla, and I think we have a connection problem, and I think Pak Dir will connect shortly with you.
Yeah. Bu ST.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Pak Daneswara, sorry, because the connection is not very good here. We are in province. So I mean, I just want to continue that this is very important. So Pak Jokowi has mentioned about the fulcrum, Indonesian fulcrum. So this is connectivity. Also, would like to ensure the security and the safety of navigation for seafarer. So I mean, one of the Bakamla tasks is to ensure all the seafarer can take this route, sea route safely, and also ways from any threat which is come in this area. So in this good opportunity also we would like to challenge the youth that particularly Indonesian because we are a maritime countries that their participant to give their attention in Indonesia, yeah. So because before, let's say we back the sea, so we always give the back of us to the sea. But nowadays that the president already, encourage young people that they can also develop their career or their participant about to take care their sea, not only for the prosperity but also for their future. So in Bakamla we know as that let's guarding the sea for our future because Indonesia almost 70% sea, so we are rich of everything, natural resources and also fish and everything in our area. Maybe I will not give the long explanation, but I just attract and challenge young people that if you see the history, the spicy, the root spices is it was established until now. Our area is very strategic for trade around the world. Not only the archipelagic sea lines that I already mentioned, but also we have Malacca Strait and Singapore Strait and other area that if we see on the map that almost 60% of the sea trade world passing our area. So this is the vital area for our economy. And beside that also, we already know that the tourism in Indonesia is very famous. Yeah, maybe some of us already familiar with Bali. Actually, it's not only Bali, but also there's Lombok, and also in the Banda Neira. If you see the North Sulawesi, in Bunaken and other area. So our water is very clean, and also the underwater skin and view are very beautiful for all the tourism is already famous around the world. So this heritage should be kept by all of us, and particularly for the young people in Indonesia to give continuity of maintaining our natural resources. So we know that what we are expecting, not only in Indonesia, in also around the world, that we hope that the sustainable development goal for our country can be implemented. One of our focus is how can we manage and we secure our sea for our future. Pak Danes, I think that is all. I mean, in general, speaker for this forum. So maybe it will be, I mean, challenge, and if there will be some questions, so maybe we can, I mean, have a more interaction rather than this. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak, for your explanations. It is very interesting that we can discuss in these sessions with type of open discussions. So everyone that would like to join our discussion, you can raise your hand or put in your questions in the chat box. But personally, I can start, Pak. I have two questions for you. One would be the in Indonesia. We know we have a very long coastline and then also very large area of the seas, and then maybe that's the lack of our infrastructure would be the one, or is there anything else that considered as the biggest challenge with Bakamla? And then the other one is how Bakamla sees the initiative of Ministry of Fisheries, the last two minister, that she bombed the illegal fishing ships just to show what could happen to the illegal fishermen that enter our area. Do Bakamla see it as a good initiative, or Bakamla has a different opinion about that? Thank you, Pak.
Yeah, but Danis, thank you very much. I mean, I appreciate this question. I mean, the last question I mean more interesting for me. So related with the initiative from Minister of Fisheries regarding the illegal fishing boat. So we consider this is one of the way that we would like to show our seriousness of taking care of our sea. So the previous I mean government in charge, because every year they have a different challenge, different situation. So so far we understand that those illegal fishing, which is bomb, normally they already got what we call, I mean court decision, court decision before I mean destroyed by the bomb. Yeah, it's not automatically. So we consider that this is already, I mean, follow the law in enforcement system in Indonesia. So we I mean we are not violating any law enforcement system in general. So Bakamla also, I mean, support this is one of the way. But the time is maybe changing, so we consider that not only destroy the illegal fishing, but maybe in the future, I think the Ministry of Fisheries already try to develop. I mean, how can we? I mean, using this all the illegal fishing boat maybe for other activities. So I have heard that they already developed this area. So I think this is positive. I mean, in fact, that the number of I mean illegal fishing by foreign fishing boat, in fact that the number I mean was decreased so far. So so I can conclude that this is have a positive and also have a let's say deterrent effect for I mean for any illegal activities. And first question, Mr. Danis, could you please I mean say again?
Okay, Pak. The first question would be, what is the biggest challenge in ensuring security for our maritime area?
Okay. The biggest challenge is how we can surveillance or monitor the Indonesian water at all the times, almost let's say 24 hours, 7 days. How should we do? Because this is of course required many assets, yeah, budget, effort, and effort. So all in all that, how can we secure or monitor Indonesian water at all the time? First, not only Bakamla itself. So we have to, implement a synergy between not only institution but also participant for public. Let's say I can say maritime public, yeah, and also of course participant of the young generation, because they have maybe more talents, more intelligence, and more creativity to support us. So it is very clear. So, the challenge is how can we maintain this? But I'm sure we confident that because of our goodwill, and then we can implement this synergy not only with institution but also participant from the maritime public. That's all I think.
Okay, thank you, Pak. So the challenge is how to surveillance, how to monitor our water area for 24/7. It's we have very big area and then also very limited resources. So the next questions from our participant, Pak Mbak Kumo. Mbak Kumo, maybe you can join us, and then we can have the open discussion right now. Hi, can you unmute?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Pak Daneswara. Bapak, I would like to ask about now Indonesian government is proposing spice route or Jalur Rempah as the World Heritage, and I'd like to ask your opinion about this, and in your perspective, what would be the most challenging part in promoting this cultural heritage, including maritime security, but also anything else that would be in relation with this heritage issues? Thank you, Pak.
Yeah. Pak Danes, can I answer directly?
Pak. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please, Pak.
Thank you very much. This is interesting question. How can we, develop this? This, let's say, was that road spicy road? The challenge is if you would like to, publish this to the, for the around the world for the tourism. The most important thing that, of course, we will, we should give, the clear and also the fact story. What is the this spice route initially? So we should have, proper evidence that it was being used by our ancient or something. And the other one is also related with our bakal matas is safety. Let's say some people would like to enjoy again or try to sail using this route. So safety is very important. So before this route will be used for public or for tourism. So we should check the safety route for this area. We want to make sure that there will be something happen, let's say, because of the shallow of the gradient sea, or maybe a new reef, growing up, something like that. So we should, check this in order to make sure the safety for, let's say, any tourism or whatever. So, and after that, of course, we can publish this to the world using the like this now. We can use media and so. I mean, how can we make sure that we already consider the safety is paramount for I mean any visitors. Of course, if we want to mention about the spicy route, of course, we talk about the boat itself. Let's say ship. What kind of ship can be used? I had experience when I was in United States that they put the initial I mean first sailing ship I mean come to the I mean United States, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot his name. So but it was only the monument, but I consider maybe for our spicy route we can just I mean make a replica of the let's say PNC, something like that. PNC boat. So and then we check the route, and then we provide the route from, let's say, from Selat Malaka to Seram or whatever. I think according to Bakamla, I mean my point of view is like that.
Thank you, Bapak.
Sorry, Pak Danes, I sometimes switch off my video because the signal is not very good. Pak Danes?
As long as we can communicate better, it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So that's the answer, Mbak Kumo. Do you have any other questions for Bapak atau you're still muted?
Yes, thank you, Bapak. The answer is very interesting, as I see that this spice route is also very much celebrated in Indonesia, because it gives a new sense of nationalism when we address spice route as World Heritage. And I see that many enthusiasm throughout Indonesia in promoting this spice route as World Heritage. So that's why I think that understanding about these maritime issues is very important, because this would give many of us civilians about the importance of maritime security when we decide to explore the possibilities of the spice route narrative for tourism or for trade building with any nation using maritime infrastructure. So I would say that if this spice route is going to be a national, a national pride, something like that, national pride. So do you think we should also I mean, many different regions should explore many possibilities to build their coast facilities, something like that? Or what would you say? Because everybody's like very enthusiastic in this issue. So, for example, if there are some communities in different regions, and then they are very enthusiastic to develop tourism through this spice route and develop coastal tourism, something like that. What are your opinion, and also what are the basic knowledge that we should learn to develop develop those things for further usage for development. Thank you.
Thank you, Mbak Kumo. Mungkin Pak Retiono tadi lagi disconnect. Maybe he was disconnected during the questions, Mbak Kumo. Maybe you can read the questions.
Sorry. Yeah.
Did you get the questions, or should we ask her to repeat the questions, Pak?
I just can catch the last question of Burati, that some people are interested to develop coastal tourism. Maybe, yeah. If you don't mind, Pak Dani.
Yeah, Pak.
Yes.
Yeah, Pak. Okay. Sorry, Mbak Kumo, maybe we can repeat the questions in short and certain words then.
Yes. Yes. I can feel that many are very enthusiastic with this Jalur Rempah to be World Heritage, Pak. So I also heard that some coastal communities also enthusiastic in developing new lines of tourism in their regions. What would you think? What would you say about what kind of basic knowledge that they should have?
Oh yeah. So maybe I can just give a very simple, the basic knowledge of them that they should understand is become let's say basic knowledge about a sailor as a sailor. So they should know how is life at sea, in coastal, related with the sea, and then a tide and everything. So before they have this kind of understanding, so I think is very difficult to develop say tourism really like this book. Thank you.
Maybe we still have another connections problem with Pationo. Okay. I would like to remind our other participants that you can join our discussions today by writing your questions in the chat box, or you can raise your hand, and then maybe we can share our knowledge one to each other then. So this is very interesting idea that we would want to revitalize our spice route. As we know, before we trade routes with the in the times of colonialism, and then now we have Pak Retiono from Bakamla as the director of the corporations, the head of the corporations directory, and then we also have some participants, international participants, and maybe we can share to one each other that the idea of how can we revitalize this as a new thing. Maybe we can use this in the tourism business, maybe we can use it in the alternative shipping routes, and then how can we improve it. Meanwhile, by ST, maybe is there any words from Pationo or okay, we have questions from Alindiata from the YouTube platform. Okay, she mentioned that she shares a lot of interest in the shipwrecks and stuff. It's been a huge concern lately related to the shipwreck and then goods looting. I'm sorry that I don't know much about Bakamla, but is Bakamla also taking part in order to handle those situations? As far as I know, shipwrecks can be one of the information resource in revealing our spice route richness. There is also a situations where the ship is ambiguous in the location, so it's hard to claim it. Is Bakamla also taking part on handling that kind of situations and exactly how to handle it? We have with us representative, or do we have with us representative of Bakamla? Okay. Just recently, Mbak Esti just join us now. Hi, Mbak Esti. Can you join us to back up the questions for Bakamla or Pak Tiono? Okay, maybe we still have some connection problem, and meanwhile, we will wait for Pak Tiono and then Mbak Esti to join us and then answer the questions about Bakamla participations in the shipwrecks on our sea areas. Meanwhile, as Pak Tiono mentioned before, we can promote the new spice routes by using our heritage, for example, Rahu Pinisi, that we can revive her and then she can sail for the second time then. So it's a very good idea. And then as I can see here on the other side of the world, I live in Sweden, and the Scandinavian government also initialized the revitalizations of the sail ships. So they try to promote the transport by the seas with the sail ships, and then it's they have at least once a year initiative to promote the traditional the traditions that they have by using the sail ships. So actually the current movement is already towards the heritage promotions, and then it's a very good idea, and then maybe we should consider it as the promotions started for the spice routes. Mbak Esti, are you with us? And for our information, Pak Desra, the ambassador of Indonesia for the UK and Ireland, we're still trying to reach him now, as he's one of our speakers for today, but unfortunately he's a very busy man and he has a different agenda for today and he could not join us. So so does anyone would like to join the discussions today? And then maybe we can share the idea and then the knowledge from ourselves then and make this as open discussions. If it's not, maybe maybe we should wait for 5 minutes for Bakamla to reconnect or from Padesra side to join us. So ladies and gentlemen, maybe we should wait 5 minutes and to give them some time. Okay, meanwhile, I would like to mute myself and then start the video and then see you in 5 minutes then. Hello, welcome back everyone. Unfortunately, we still cannot reach the Bakamla and also Pak Desra in these situations. Then we should have the open discussions. So we have the questions from the YouTube that I am asking about the shipwreck situations. Mbak Kumo already answered, already gave some of her opinion on that. Shipwrecks are very interesting to be discussed in some area. Then this heritage has become the point of interest in tourism. I would like to share my experience. This is my experience in Åland Island in Sweden. They have the Maritime Museum, and they have the whole history about this maritime stories of Sweden and Finland. Åland Island is part of Sweden and also part of Finland, where the people of Åland Island, they speak Swedish while they're still part of Finland. So they have all the history in the Maritime Museum, and they have one of the two original pirate flags. So as you can see here, the Cabinet of Curiosity is the original flag of the pirates, as we can see from One Piece anime or other story, Pirates of Caribbean. This is the original one. There are only two in the world, and this is what we can show in Indonesia as well. How rich is the history of Indonesian maritime, and how can we promote them in a better perspective? I went here in 2019, and it's very interesting experience for me. And we can also have the same idea in here as well. So we are back. Maybe Mbak Esti, you can help us with the backup here, or okay, unfortunately we still have some connection problem. So everyone, I would like to close these sessions with some words from Pak Tio previously, that he mentioned that there are still challenges in the maritime security, especially in the ensuring the maritime security for 24/7, and we still have limited resources. And the Spice Route program is very much appreciated by the Bakamla, and Bakamla also gave some opinion on that and some challenges that might happen in the future. So maybe Mbak Kumo, would you like to join us and then give your opinion on maritime security matters?
It's just a short opinion, as I'm not really expert in maritime security in this case, but I do understand about how Spice Route became how Spice Route is promoted as World Heritage by Indonesia is because Indonesia sees the Spice Route as a cultural corridor, which different cultures exchanging religion, language, rituals, and many more in the course of history. So I would say that this understanding about Spice Route as a cultural corridor would help us also understand how important that we should maintain the security of the ocean, as the Spice Route is actually a maritime route. So it's also interesting to understand that we can see Spice Route in many different perspectives. We can see it through history, through economies, through politics, through climate change. I mean, these different perspectives give us how urgent this maritime issues, so that we could also contribute something for the peace building, because we live together with different nations, and of course this unique perspective, the spice route perspective, we can share our values to the world, and I suppose this is why we should learn from each other, from the different perspective. So I'm glad that today we have a fruitful discussion from the first session until this third session. And I believe that this would give a broad horizon for the participants for tomorrow's meeting simulation. And the meeting simulation is on the Council of IORA, Council of Ministers. So I would say this fruitful discussion would give all of the participants many opportunities to explore different solutions towards the global problems. That's what my small thoughts about this whole discussion. Thank you, Pak Danis.
Thank you, Mbak Kumo, for your 2 cents. So does anyone else would like to join the discussions now? If it's not, maybe we can end these sessions with the group photos. Now I am asking everyone to turn on your video, and then maybe we can have a group photograph then.
Sure, sure.
Okay, I'm requesting everyone to join us. Okay, just a moment. I'm still asking everyone to join us. Mbak Niki, Mbak Rizkia, maybe you can join us too. Okay, is everyone here? So on the count of 3, I'll take a picture of all of us, and then you can give us your biggest smile then. Okay, on 3, 1, 2, and 3. Cheers. 1, 2, and 3. Cheers. All right. Thank you everyone for your participations, and I would like to remind you that tomorrow we have the simulation of the IORA sessions or meeting starting, and then it's a 2-day sessions, and I'm thanking in behalf of the committee of your participations in the sessions, and then I hope that I will see you soon, and then also hope that our initiative on the spice route would be something better in the future then. So wishing everyone a good luck. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Sampai jumpa. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniswara Al-Amin from Indonesian Maritime Youth for moderating today's event excellently. Thank you also to Laksamana Pertama Bakamla Retiono Kuntoha SE for sharing with us today. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're reaching the end of our agenda. Thank you so much for the participation and this good evening. Don't miss out, for tomorrow we still have a sequel program, a youth meeting simulation competition with IORA's Ministry of Council-Minity Forum, streaming live on YouTube at 9 a.m. For those who are interested, you can watch it through YouTube in our channel called Negeri Rempah channel. Junior school students can also participate in a video competition. For more information, reach out to our Instagram account at Negeri Rempah. Let's call it a day. Thank you.